Was darf ich denn wiegen in der Classic? 88 Kilo oder so, also offiziell 1,73, aber eigentlich 1,70.
Hey guys, Ivan here, and in this video we are continuing the investigation of the biggest mystery in today's modern bodybuilding. We're continuing the investigation of the biggest conspiracy that is out there regarding Mike Sommerfeld and his weight cap in classic physique, his actual height, and basically how the hell is this massive bodybuilder able to compete and dominate in classic physique. So this whole drama started yesterday. Basically, it is all over the social media. Even the mainstream bodybuilding media, Nick Strength and Power, is covering this. So everybody is talking about this conspiracy right now. And if you guys haven't seen anything, go ahead and watch my previous video on this topic. But basically, it seems like Mike Sommerfeld is somehow managing to trick the system to actually measure himself at above 5'9" while actually being way shorter than that. Now, the question is there really truth to that? Well, I gathered some proof, some evidence. Maybe it's not gonna be enough for you, but you tell me after you watch this video. So first thing I'm gonna show you guys is this. At this point, my DMs are flooded with you guys sending your photos you took with Mike Sommerfeld and telling me your height and comparing yourselves to Mike. Now, I don't know any of you guys personally. I don't know how tall you guys actually are, but here is a photo of my client, and I know for a fact that his height is 173 centimeters or 5'8". And in this photo right here, he's taller than Mike. Okay, you don't know this guy personally. You don't know if he's lying, if I'm lying. That's fair. I respect that. It's not enough for you. I can show you like another 10 comparisons of people taking photos with Mike, but that's not gonna prove anything. Let's move on. Oops, sorry, not this photo, this one. Alright, so here you can see a post from Dennis James all the way back in 2017. In which Dennis James, who is also, by the way, from Germany, kind of presented Mike Sommerfeld to the world, and he says, 22-year-old Mike Sommerfeld taking advantage of a good off-season at 5'6". He is now at 246 pounds, 112 kilos, and the goal is to move up, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's something. Dennis James, a personality in bodybuilding with a whole bunch of integrity. Who would you trust more in bodybuilding, honestly, than Dennis James? This guy is always super objective, every time. And he's also very accurate with his assessments about bodybuilders. Dennis James, in my opinion, is the authority on all bodybuilding. And here, he's not saying that Mike is 5'8.5". He's not saying that Mike is 5'8", 5'7". He's actually saying that Mike is 5'6", guys. Well, maybe Dennis made a mistake. Let's say maybe he made a mistake. It's not enough for you. Let's move on.
8,5, also 0,15 Kilo geschafft und meine Körpergröße war 1,73,2. Wäre irgendwas schief gegangen.
Okay, now this one, I'm not gonna pretend I speak German, but I understand German a little. I can read numbers. And basically what he said here, I'm not sure about the rest. I tried to translate it with Google Translate and ChatGPT. If you guys speak German here, you can tell us exactly what he said, but the part in the middle is important and you can translate that yourself. It's very simple. He says, my height is 173.2 centimeters. Or actually he's saying he was measured at that height. In the previous video, he admits that he's actually only 170 centimeters tall. Now, this video is 4 years old. He was obviously smaller and lighter back then. And you can also see that he was balding at the time. His hair was nowhere near as thick as it is today. He obviously did a hair transplant in the meantime, or I don't know, he put on a wig, whatever it is. It got the job done, there is nothing wrong with that. It worked for sure. And you can see right here, they're measuring his hair and he definitely gained like a full inch here. And his height is measured at 5'9". So yes, that was his official height at a competition. And I watched Nick Strength and Powers video to hear what he's gonna say about this. Like I said, he's basically the mainstream media and he's never really calling out these guys directly. He's always holding back a lot. And I was really curious to hear what's he gonna say here. And he mentioned something interesting. He said, does Mike have some inside man? Somebody on the inside to help him measure himself much taller than he is. And of course, Nick said he doesn't believe that's the case. And I am not saying that is the case, but at the weigh-ins, he was actually measured at 5'9". Now, the next video should suffice, should be enough for everybody to understand what is going on here. Check this out.
Was darf ich denn wiegen in der Classic? 88 Kilo oder so, gell? Also offiziell 1,73, aber eigentlich 1,70.
Okay, this is enough for me. In this video, and it's an older video, quite a bit old. I believe at this time he wasn't even competing in Classic, and he's asking Dennis James what would be his weight cap in Classic. And after Dennis asks him what is his height, he says, my official height, and that's, I'm guessing, when he's trying to make himself as tall as possible. He says it's 173, but actually it's 170. And that's it. We got everything we need right here. Mike is admitting that he is 170 centimeters tall, which is 5'6". Or actually a little bit less than that. In the meantime, he grew 5 centimeters apparently, 2 inches. Maybe the GH was that good that he actually managed to grow, or he's doing something. What the hell could he be doing? I'm not sure. But as you guys know, I compete and I have a lot of friends who are competing in different height classes in the IFBB, European IFBB, and I know a lot of tricks to make yourself taller. And some of them are just techniques, tricks, for example, stretching your back, putting a lot of gel in your hair. That's okay. But some guys are also putting tissues under their socks. And if at the measurements they don't make you take your socks off, you can get away with that. And there is another thing, you didn't hear this from me, some guys are using those little bouncy balls and they cut them in half and they use super glue and they glue them on their heels. So that's something you do, you just find the perfect color to fit your skin and there you go. So there are techniques and there are ways to cheat at the weigh-ins, but I'm not saying Mike is doing any of that. I'm just as confused as you guys are as well. This is the big mystery in today's modern bodybuilding, a conspiracy that I don't think anybody has an answer to as of yet. We need to hear an explanation from somebody ASAP, because if Mike's height is not actually 5'9", he's not supposed to be allowed to weigh 212 pounds and go against the other guys who are obviously much smaller than him and they're also making the weight. Now here is a photo that Logan Franklin just posted yesterday. What a coincidence, what a coincidence. Right now Logan Franklin is giving us a perfect comparison. Right, a coincidence. So here you can see the comparison between these two guys, and Logan Franklin is supposed to be 5'11". I'm not sure about his exact measurement, but I think that's his height, 5'11". At least that's what it says on all the websites. Does Logan look only 2 inches taller than Mike? I wouldn't say so, guys. I definitely wouldn't say so, but at this point, it doesn't even make any sense to compare Mike to other bodybuilders. I think things are pretty much clear at this point. You actually heard him actually saying that his actual weight is 170 centimeters 4 years ago, unless the GH worked so well and he grew in height, then something is off. Something is very, very wrong here. I mean, just look at the size of Mike Sommerfeld here. He looks like a freaking open bodybuilder. Not a 212 bodybuilder, an open bodybuilder, basically. And all this time I was thinking he has hollow bones or something. That's how it's possible that he's this big. But no, it appears that there is something more to this. Something more. If you're waiting for Mike's response, this is what you got right here. Just a story of him doing cardio, looking like he is peeled out of his mind, like his face looks scary. He looks like freaking corpse. So if he finds a way to actually make the weight, this is going to be, I'm sure, this is going to be his best look up to date. You can say whatever you want about him, I can say whatever I want about him, but this guy is doing bodybuilding, classic bodybuilding at the highest absolute level, and he is sacrificing a lot. Who the hell knows what he's thinking, how he's feeling, but he is doing it. He is doing it, and he is going to be insane on that stage. Iblis is doing its thing, and this is going to be crazy if he makes the weight. Now in this story here, he says no outside noise, just focus. Apparently he's not listening to any of this, which I highly doubt. If he didn't listen to it, he would be making a story about it, basically. So yeah, he knows what's going on. He's just choosing to stay silent about it, not to say anything, and somehow manage to make that freaking height, not the weight, but height. And, you know, I'm doing my thing, I'm doing a little bit of journalism, I guess, but honestly, I'm really hoping that he won't allow all this to affect him. And as a bodybuilding fan myself, I still want to see Mike bring his absolute best to that stage, but I also want things to be fair, and if something like this is happening, somebody needs to call it out and not stay silent. You guys tell me whatever you think after watching this video. Feel free to leave the comments down below, guys. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more bodybuilding content like this. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. All the best and bye-bye.